Hey guys, welcome to Crazy Days. I'm Wanda. Today we're going to talk about my top 10 herbs on my homestead. This is not everybody's top 10. This is just what I grow and a little of the maybe uses for it. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not prescribing anything and I'm not telling you that it will cure you of anything. I'm just going to give you a few of the facts of what the health benefits maybe is of the 10 herbs that come from my homestead. A lot of people will differ from what I grow. I only use herbs that grow well here. That's one of the problems that I've had over the years. If I grew what I wanted to grow, that would probably be different. But one thing I'm going to do is show you, I have a few books here, like 5 of my top pick that I've used for over 20 years. Most of these books, I would say all 5 of them, I've had close to 20 years. And there are new books out there, probably and would explain things so much better, and that's okay. But my top 5 books to start with before we get into the top herbs: Tom Brown's Guide to Wild, Edible, and Medicinal Plants. This book I bought for very little money at a discount store many years ago. It had been water damaged and it still was readable and I enjoyed it. This guy, Tom Brown, if you ever need to know anything about foraging in the woods, this is awesome. He also has several other books. He was a Native American. He knows the plants his grandfather taught him. Excellent book. That you'll just enjoy the read. The How To Herb book. This one of the, I think maybe the second books I ever purchased. Let's Remedy the Situation by Velma Keith and Monty Gordon. This one has a lot of good explanations in it. Today's Herbal Health by Louise Tenney. You guys, this book is still available. I know it is. I think it's changed a little. This was the first book I ever purchased. And it's kind of dilapidated. It's fell apart. The bindings taped together. I use this a lot. This is my go-to, Today's Herbal Health by Louise Tenney. Wouldn't get rid of that book for nothing. The New Age Herbalist. Okay, a lot of people steer clear of things that says New Age, but it doesn't mean what a lot of people think. This is my color book. It shows things in color. One of the few books I found that does such a great description of the bark, the leaves. It gives a better description of the roots, and it tells the flowers. It's just an all-around good, you can see book if you like pictures. So the New Age Herbalist. And just because this one is very comprehensive when it comes to overall health from the ground up, what to eat, herbs, what to stay away from, the whole 9 yards. Prescription to Natural Healing. This is one of the old books, guys. They make new ones, different colors. So you could update if you need to, but if you find this in a secondhand shop or something, buy it. They don't really change much other than cover and maybe a few words here and there. This is like my go-to for any disease. If you wanted to know fatigue, okay, it tells you a little bit about what fatigue is. Then it gives you the nutrients that you might use, which is very important, like bee pollen and brewer's yeast. It just lists a lot. Then it says it's very important. It lists vitamin C, and then helpful would be things like magnesium, royal jelly, you know, those type things. Then it tells you the herbs that you could use, like cayenne, ginkgo biloba, Siberian ginseng. Then it recommends eating fresh fruits and vegetables, grain, seeds, and nuts, using less meat, avoiding things like sugar, alcohol, fats, and what you can't do. So prescription to natural healing is excellent. So that's my 5 books if I had to choose on books. My herbs. These are things that I grow on my homestead, as I said before, and they're all here. I have other herbs. This is just the top 10 for right now, and I have a lot of natural herbs. But most of these are things that I have planted and grow. The natural herbs will do at a different time. All right, I'm going to start at number 10 and work my way to number 1 because I want you to kind of just wait for the top one there is. But number 10, I put Comfrey. Comfrey has been known for years and years, for centuries, as the most valuable herb there is. Comfrey, and I put it at number 10 because, like I said, these herbs are here. I do not use them 24 hours a day. They're here when I need them. I don't have to have Comfrey, but it's here. So it's one of the most valuable. It helps with knitting the bones, like if you break a bone, like any type of wounds, that sort of thing. Has multiple purposes. They used Comfrey in just about anything over the centuries. So I have it here. Not that I'm using it. It's just here. That's one of them, and it multiplies like crazy. I have several plants, but this winter I'm dividing it up. I'll probably have 100 new plants time I start splitting everything. So Comfrey will grow really well most places, and it can be split within months. Lemongrass, number 9. I have an abundance of lemongrass. I almost lost it this last year, but I've replanted and it's coming out fantastic. We're going to take really good care of it this winter because we had a really cold winter last year. It almost killed it to the roots, but it did well by splitting it, taking everything up, and it works. Lemongrass is used in a lot of Asian dishes. They use the roots in the Asian dishes. You can use the leaves of the lemongrass in your teas to give it that lemony flavor. Any of your dishes that you want that lemon flavor, lemongrass is awesome for that. But making a tea with lemongrass, that's one of the reasons I have lemongrass, is for the tea purposes, just drinking lemongrass tea. It can help with headaches and cramps, colds, just relieving stress. Just sip on a cup of tea. I don't think it really matters what kind of tea. Sometimes just sipping on tea helps. So lemongrass would be my number 9 pick. Number 8 would be mint. I have 2 or 3 different varieties of mint, and it grows really well here. Mint tea is awesome. Just the smell soothes you. It has menthol in it, which helps in like respiratory things like that. You can put it in your ointments. It's in a lot of peppermint and stuff is in a lot of your healing ointments, bringing the heat to the surface of your skin. So mint is one that I have and it grows well here. Number 7 is oregano. Most of you know oregano is used in your pizzas and spaghettis and meat dishes and things like that. Everybody likes a little bit of oregano in those type things. But what else is oregano good for? Oregano helps fight bacteria, so it's good for digestion problems. That's why it's put in foods. Then it helps with skin problems like acne and dandruff. So oregano comes in handy. It grows great here. It overwinters, and I have no issues growing it. Number 6 is yarrow. Yarrow is considered one of the most valuable herbs throughout time also. Yarrow was used for wound care. When you smell of yarrow, it smells like antiseptic. It has that type properties. If you have an open wound and things like that, I've used it before when I had a wound where I had skipped my arm and it was bleeding and I put it on it. It helps. Those type things. Yarrow helps clot the blood. It helps with liver function, and it also has a blood cleansing abilities. And yarrow grows in my backyard really well. Danny mows it down and it keeps growing, it keeps multiplying. So yarrow. Number 5 is turmeric, or whichever way you want to say it. I've just started growing this a year ago. It grows really well here. It overwintered. I had no problems with it. It helps as an anti-inflammatory and an antibiotic. It helps with the liver. So you can make turmeric teas, things like that. You can chop the roots up, use it in all your dishes. Easy way to have it and not just be taking something, but using it as a cooking herb. Number 4 is aloe. I always keep aloe plants. Aloe vera is one of the best plants I've found for burns. So anytime you get a burn, you can open the leaf, put it on it, and it's soothing. Sunburns, regular burns where you picked up a hot pot, anything like that. But the other use for aloe is you can take this, the juices and drink them in your teas or whatever for stomach issues. You can also use the aloe for any type of skin diseases, skin things, and you can put it in your soaps. It's got a multitude of uses. So aloe is a must dealing with healing of the burns. Number 3 would be ginger. Ginger is one of those that you can combine with any other herb just about it. It helps the stomach. It's a soothing herb. You can make teas. It can be added to other teas. It's just easy. You can use the ginger root in lots of different recipes. I think it's used with meats and things like that. And with ginger, you can use it when you have a cold, the flu, stomach problems. Add it to teas. Easy. Ginger overwintered here, and it comes back every year. I have several varieties. Some of them are medicinal, and some are culinary, and some are just decorative. You just have them because they're pretty. Number 2 would be rosemary. I guess if I had to pick one herb that I use more than anything else around here and use more often, it would be rosemary. Mainly because it's a great cooking herb. Danny and I put it on all kinds of meats, from chicken and rabbit and deer and beef. It doesn't matter. We put rosemary in it. If we make dressing, we add rosemary. It just flavors whatever you want. You can make it into a tea, not a problem. It's also been known to help with women's conditions. It's helped with heart tonics. It's been known to help with wounds, insect bites, and it's also very powerful for the nervous system. So rosemary is just a smell. You just can't help it. If you come into the house and you smell rosemary chicken cooking, it just makes your day because it smells wonderful. So let's get to number 1. Can anybody guess what it is? Probably one of the easiest herbs to grow. You can grow it anywhere, in a pot, in your house. You can grow it outside, in the ground, in raised beds, in containers, in a greenhouse. It doesn't matter. The number 1 herb is garlic. Garlic is an antibiotic. It is the best I know of to have on your place. It can help with just about anything imaginable. Garlic is considered nature's antibiotic, and in garlic I include onions and chives and anything related. All these can be grown. They can be used in dishes. Pretty much garlic and onions, one or both, are used in everything we cook, just about. It's the easiest way to use an antibiotic in your system 24/7 that will not damage your system. and you're not taking a pill or a liquid or whatever. You are getting your antibiotics daily in your food. So the onions and garlic and chives is my #1 pick here on the homestead. We have been growing it in all varieties. We have garlic chives around our trees, our fruit trees, to help prevent insects. It helps with that. We have onions, of the green onions, and this past year we raised a lot of our bulb onions, and just garlic. We did a variety of garlic. We dry it, we have it. I've dehydrated some. We replant, and we have it again next year. So I hope you enjoyed my video on the 10 herbs that I grow on my homestead that I like to have just in case. It's not that we use them every day, but they all have some type of abilities that can be used when needed. And most of them are great in teas or great for cooking. So these are my top 10 picks for the herbs on my homestead. I grow many, many more and have lots that I can forage for wild in the woods around us. And if you enjoyed my video, go over and check Country Homestead. Heidi did a video in this collaboration. And if you'd like to be a part of this collaboration, contact Country Homestead or me at Crazy Days or Deep South Homestead, and we will add you to the playlist. If you would like some of the books that I mentioned, I will try to link them in the description below. And as always, thank you from Crazy Days.